Hello everybody, Fitness Nerd here. Today's lesson is about nutrient density and caloric density. And basically this lesson is an answer to the question of if I'm starting out with nutrition but I know very little about it, but I really want to understand a lot starting from the beginning, what concepts do I need to know? And nutrient density and caloric density are kind of those concepts. Caloric density is how many calories per unit weight are there. So the more calories per unit weight that are in something, the higher a caloric density it is. So I'll give you an example. Spinach, 100 calories of spinach is like a box. It's like this much. So that's very low caloric density. 100 calories of oil is about a tablespoon usually. So spinach would be very low caloric density, oil would be very high caloric density. Okay? Now nutrient density is how much nutrition there is per unit weight. So very high nutrient densities, things are going to be like vegetables, nuts, lean meats, fruits. All of those are going to be high nutrient density. Very low caloric density, nutrient density things are going to be all your processed foods, right? So why does this matter? Nutrient density is going to be something, high nutrient density is going to be something that everyone wants. Okay, because more nutrition is going to make you perform better, function better, feel better, have better health, even look better if that's your thing. So everyone should be eating mostly high nutrient density things. Now caloric density is going to depend on what your goal is. Okay? If you are someone who's trying to lose weight, then you want very low caloric density. If you're someone who's trying to gain weight or has some extremely high caloric need, then you're going to want to eat a decent number of things that have high caloric density. But again, we're always staying in the high nutrient density part. So the prime example of something that is high nutrient density, low caloric density is vegetables. Okay? Spinach, kale, things like that have very low calories and very high nutrients. Other things that have high nutrients are things like fruit, lean meat, beans, nuts, even juice. Now, nuts have a lot of great nutrition that you're going to want, but they're very high caloric density. So, if you're trying to lose weight, those portions have to be real small. If you're trying to gain weight, go ahead and just eat nuts all day. Okay? Now juice on the other hand, juice is so high in caloric density that the fact that it's high in nutrient density doesn't really help us out because you're just going to get a sugar rush out of it. And you can get any nutrients you can get in juice, you can get out of the things that the juice is made out of, right? The vegetables or the fruit. So, if you're trying to lose weight, you definitely want to avoid juice. If you're trying to gain weight, there's better ways to do it than juice. But, either way, we want to, here's a prime example. A lot of people don't want to eat carrots because carrots are kind of sugary, kind of a higher glycemic index sort of thing. But, carrots are fine because they're such low caloric density. So if you want to eat 100 calories of carrots, that is a bag of carrots. That's a lot of carrots. It's unlikely you're eating that many. So if you're eating like 50 calories of carrots, you're fine because it's only 50 calories and there's a decent amount of fiber in it and you're just munching on it for an hour, right? Now, carrot juice on the other hand is going to have all that sugar with the fiber taken out and that you can eat way, way faster. So, again, if you're going to have vegetables, if you're going to have fruit, have them whole instead of juicing them most of the time. Now, the prime example of things that have low caloric density, but low caloric density and low nutrient density would be things like iceberg lettuce, or there's a few other ones like that. They're almost always some sort of plant. Eggplant is around in there somewhere. Now on this side, you'll see down in this corner, you'll see things that are high caloric density, low nutrient density. That's things like chips, fries, candy, soda. Those things are extremely high caloric density. I put them way over here. I would have written them on the wall, but I don't like to write on my wall. So they're just worthless as far as nutrients and excessive as far as calories. So we don't want to be eating those for really almost any reason. Now, here's the big theme, okay? You notice that the things that are up here, or really in any of these parts, are going to be unprocessed foods. So you want to be eating, if you're eating unprocessed foods, whole foods, foods that look like they just came from a farm, those are going to tend to be high nutrient density and low caloric density. If you're eating things that come in a package, especially like a really colorful package that was designed for children, that's going to be in your low nutrient density, high caloric density. So again, we come back to the theme of eat unprocessed whole foods and a lot of your work is done for you. But again, if you're losing weight, vegetables, people. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions about this one. Go ahead and put those below. Any questions you have, go ahead and send them to me because, as I've said before, Fitness Nerd loves questions. And